I am. I'm just so proud of you guys. You guys fought. You fought. You did a great job out there, man. I mean, you played in the national championship game today. You know how hard that is? You played in the national championship game. You were in the Final Four. Are you kidding?
Since I was a kid, man. Final freaking Four!
Would you not have taken that at the beginning of the year? I think so. Guys, I just want you to be proud of what you did. Because what you did was amazing. It was amazing. People don't get this opportunity. They don't get to do this, what we've done. Nobody gets to do that.
For the second straight year, the Iowa Hawkeyes win the Big Ten Championship.
Iowa is headed to the Final Four
for the first time since 1993.
And all you gotta do is dream, and all you gotta do is believe and work your butt off to get there.
And the mythical mastery of Caitlin Clark continues.
The Hawks with history.
We're going to the national championship!
Confetti, we ready! Confetti, we ready!
And the target is certainly on our back, especially after being voted first in the preseason polls for the Big Ten and fourth overall in the country. You know, we're not going to sneak up on anybody this year. To me, it was more, this is a great accomplishment. Let's celebrate it instead of worrying about it.
There was a little foreshadowing, right? Of like, okay, we're top 4 now, but can we be top 4 then?
You know, just understanding pressure is a privilege, but we've earned it and we deserve it. And I think that's kind of what we live by.
Talking about how that's just a number, you know, that's outside people putting their opinion on our team. And they don't know what we talk about, what we do day in, day out.
And I think that we all knew, you know, our ranking didn't really mean anything. It was kind of what work we put in and how much heart we had.
I thought we could do it. I really did. And I thought that we could get to the Final Four. But it really began with Caitlin Clark. I mean, Caitlin wanted to get to a Final Four, and that matched our dream, our vision as a coaching staff to want to get to the Final Four. And that's what it takes. It takes belief, an enormous amount of belief, to achieve something like that.
And welcome to the Knapp Center in Des Moines, Iowa. The first in-state game and the first road test for the 2-0 Hawkeyes.
Playing in the Knapp Center is tough. I mean, first of all, they're a really good basketball team. And second, that environment is so tight and it's so loud.
Warnock, cross court, Marshall for 3, drills it.
Wow.
To Sinano, goes up, left hand, the finish against Maggie Bear, that's her 3rd. Goes up strong, has it blocked, stays with it, and finishes it.
Of course, glad to win that game, thrilled to win that game, especially it's in Des Moines, Caitlin Clark's hometown. And so that was one of those, when we get into the locker room, like, phew, oh, thank goodness, you know.
Championship Sunday, leading off a marquee matchup in women's basketball. Gino Auriemma leads the UConn Huskies to the Moda Center to take on Lisa Bluder's Iowa Hawkeyes, 2 of the top teams in the country, 2 of the very best players in all of college basketball.
Every play is a new play. You guys don't have to look at the scoreboard, I do. You don't have to worry about it. All you have to worry about is next play, next play, next play. All right, let's go. Let's go, Hawks. It is our time. It is our time to shine, and we're going to go out there and have fun doing it, all right? Together, 1, 2, 3. Together. Let's go, Hawks.
Point line, and look at Iowa in transition for 3. Timeout called by Connecticut. Kate Martin has had a really big quarter here. 8 points now for Martin.
Playing somebody like UConn with the national respect they have, it was on ESPN. You know, I think that was a step for our program, and not, you know, we lost the game, I think, by 6. But we were winning almost that entire game. And our team knew at that point, we can compete against the very best in the country.
What's pressure? What's this? Like, we can play against anybody, and I think that really showed our team, like, what our potential could be.
The Iowa Corn Cyhawk Series basketball starts tonight as the Iowa women's basketball team hosts the Iowa State Cyclones.
You know, the Iowa State game, again, always brings a little bit more added emotion because there's so much competition in the state.
You just wake up that morning and you're like, there's obviously the nerves of the game, but it's like the game is on steroids. Like, you're just so excited. You know what's at stake. You know how fun this game is for so many people.
And we have got a good one for you tonight. Number 10, Iowa State, and number 16, Iowa Hawkeyes.
Let's go. Let's do this, you guys. Together. 1, 2, 3. Together!
Clark ahead to Warnock in transition.
Wow.
Right-handed layup off the window. Good.
So smart.
Now to Clark, a deep three-pointer.
Oh my God.
Count it. Just right at the top of the key.
Just to the left of the beat. Oh my gosh.
For Caitlin Clark, just right at the top of the key.
Just right there by the beat. She likes that tip of the beat.
Up and under move, Kate Martin.
Yes.
Count it.
Reverse layup, no problem.
Obviously, that game's always a dogfight between Iowa State and Iowa, the in-state rivalry yet again.
All the way in for two more. Layup good by Caitlin Clark, wanting the crowd to get into it, and she is pumped up. Penetrates the baseline, whips it out high to Kate Martin for three.
Oh, but she hit that one.
That one was good.
Count that, she says. Review that.
Iowa 70. Iowa State 57. The Hawks now have won 6 of the last
7. But it was our defense. Gabby and Kate played really, really good defense. And I think in that game it really showed, like, you know, maybe if our offense isn't as great as it always is, we have our defense to rely on. And that's kind of what we talked about even at the beginning of the season.
And I just think that our poise and our experience, I think, and our crowd really helped us really get over that, you know, that hump, especially in the fourth.
Happy birthday, Coach
I did do the gritty, and I believe it was also said it wasn't pretty, but it was the gritty, and all true. But the joy of doing it after that win will never be eclipsed.
How would you grade her gritty performance?
A 10, because we beat Iowa State.
It's a top 20 matchup this Saturday afternoon from Ann Arbor, Michigan, as the 16th ranked Iowa Hawkeyes get set to face number 14 Michigan.
Any game on the road in the Big Ten is a tough game as it is. And playing at Michigan, you know, they're an amazing team.
But we're getting kind of now used to top 20 matchups. But this one's on the road, and that's what makes that special.
That one especially was really important, going to play Michigan. So that was a single play. It was the only time we were going to play Michigan all year, and especially if you can steal that on the road, that's huge.
There's Sonano in the paint, whips it to Stalky, gathers, goes up, and finishes off the window and is fouled. Now, Sonano, left block, turns, goes up strong, and finishes the ball. Here goes Clark. She'll fire a three-pointer and swishes this one from 24 feet.
Great teams, you know, they have to play great at home, but they also have to learn to play in hostile environments. And I think we were learning to do that through this Michigan victory.
Martin gets it to Sonano, back to Martin. Her shot is good on the baseline.
You missed the fancy part. She threw the ball between the defender's legs to get it to Sonano.
On purpose?
On purpose.
She penetrates, goes down the right side, contact, scoop shot is up, and somehow got it to go off the window, and that'll do it. Iowa 94, Michigan 85. The Hawks win in this building for the first time since 2013-2014, Jamie, and Lisa Bluter's 475th victory at Iowa.
Yeah, we started calling her Michigan Molly after that because she played so well on the road and in those environments. You know, we needed Molly. I thought she was really the missing link to our team the year before, is that we really had to have that solid point guard backup. And not many people want to be recruited to be a backup, especially when you're a starter and you're setting records at your former team. But Molly bought into our vision. She wanted to play in the NCAA tournament. She wanted to play at the highest level. I'm so glad we were able to give her that. but she was more than a backup for our point guard. She was backing up our 2 guard as well. Even had some times where she started at the 3 at Ohio State for us. And so she was a really important piece of this puzzle.
Awesome job, Iowa. Way to prepare. Way to win. Whatever it takes, Hawks. All right, let's keep it rolling now. Together, 1, 2, 3. Together!
And welcome inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, the first of 2 home games for the Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball team as the Northwestern Wildcats visit Iowa City. Of course, the Hawkeyes now up to number 12 in the AP poll and inside the top 10 in the coaches poll at number 9, all because of that outstanding 94-85 win in Ann Arbor last Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, Hannah's growth was just amazing during the year, and I think it really came to shine in that Northwestern game. Almost has a double-double. It's in Carver. Everybody, you know, she's a local girl. She's from Cedar Rapids, Washington, and so, you know, of course she's going to be a fan favorite.
It was like, I've arrived. I can do it. I am here, and I love it.
Her ability to run the floor for transition, her ability to rebound, and all of a sudden I think everybody realized, wow, this freshman can really play this game at the highest level.
That's what was the beauty of Hannah last year, is she was a freshman that could eventually handle being the perimeter and being at the block. And without that versatility, we wouldn't have gotten to where we went.
I think athleticism, absolutely. I love to run. I like to get boards. Just like the hustle, the small stuff that sometimes people don't recognize.
Down court pass, layup, Stalkey is good. And the Hawks have the confidence in the way that she can run the floor.
Hannah is at her most comfortable when she's playing basketball. I think that's when her true light shines, is when she's out on the court with her friends, playing the game she loves.
I think that she gained a lot of confidence that particular game, and then that really set her on a nice little trajectory for the rest of the season.
That was definitely a turning point in my confidence anyways. Knowing that I can play and contribute and do really good against good teams.
You know, I'll never forget, there was a time in our locker room this year when she just started talking about what this team means to her. And I don't think there was a dry eye in the locker room, because she talked about the friendships that she had formed so quickly on this basketball team and how much that support meant to her. It was a pretty special moment.
Hannah, hell of a game. Keep that momentum going, all right? Together, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Good job, Hawks.
You have to have that. If you're going to be a team that, you know, fights for each other, that goes to battle for each other and has each other back, you have to have that vulnerability, and then you have to have the trust that comes with that. This team had that. They had trust, and I think that's essential for any great team.
Hawks win.
Oh my gosh.
That game was a really well-played game, and then to come out with the win, that was another huge game, I think, for confidence, but also as part of that journey.
Nobody gave up. Nobody gave up the whole time. The bench didn't give up. Anybody on the court didn't give up. McKenna didn't give up with a broken-ass rim. Hey, we pulled that win out. Everybody should be proud of themselves. Yeah, but no, there's a lot we can fix and a lot we can work on. But hey, that's how road games are in the Big Ten.
Yeah, Kate Martin is a gifted leader. And I have called her the glue because I do think she's the person that holds this team together. She's the person that has the courage to hold her teammates accountable. So when Kate Martin talks, people listen. And she is instrumental to us getting to that championship game.
But I think the main thing is just keep the main thing, and that's to be us.
We overcame that, and again, when you can overcome something and not point fingers at the end of a game, but celebrate it and understand that you can still grow from mistakes that were had during that game, to me, those are all important in our ascension this year. Well, Ohio State was ranked number 2 in the country. They were undefeated. We're going in there without McKenna. You know, we're going in there with Molly Davis starting at the 3. I mean, we are short, we are small in this lineup. I mean, so many things.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Whatever you need to do, you individually, to help this team win tonight, do it. All right, do it. Have that warrior mentality, not too high, not too low. Mission focus. Let's go. Together, 1, 2, 3, together.
And this team played really well.
Now Kate Martin will fire a 3 left to the top of the key and drill it. Now she gets a pass inside Sonato. Up and under move. Goes to the left hand over the front of the rim and has 10.
Clark. Got it! She's a beast!
I just think having that type of showdown, we thrived in that. Even though we didn't have McKenna, we had a lot of other good pieces.
A Fulter, the rebound goes up and finishes in traffic. And the Hawks are going to win it.
Oh my God. A triple-double against number 2 in the nation.
Are you surprised?
We realized we were playing at a really special level.
The sky is the limit. The sky is the limit for you. All right? This team can do anything it wants to when it puts its mind to it. Just like you did today. All right? The hard makes us better. The hard makes us great. All right? You've been through the hard. You are really, really good. All right? We're going to keep driving, right? Whereas we're not happy with where we are, we're going to keep getting better. February's going to hell of a month. Let's go.
And I thought that was a really masterful moment when she was reminding them with such a great speech and with such passion, you know, that you are damn good. Go.
And last year when we went on the road, the attendance rose at that visiting arena by an average of 3,500 people. People on the road were coming to see the Iowa Hawkeyes. People on the road were coming to see Caitlin Clark. And I would be, you know, talking to my team and I would see signs in the background saying, you know, I'm from Boston, but I came here to see Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes. When you see signs like that at visiting arenas, you're realizing it's kind of special. And I like the way you put that, Zach. It's kind of like a Beatles moment.
People are realizing greatness. They are recognizing that, okay, that player is unlike any we've seen. And that moment for me was like, wow. I mean, this is a moment.
Honestly, really anywhere we went, there was always somebody that had a sign that was like, I traveled X amount of miles, which was like crazy. Like, it's really cool. It kind of takes you back, and I think it shows the entire team how much they are, you know, changing the game and really inspiring the next generation.
I think really it just shows the impact that we can have on, honestly, this whole country, on the conference, on women's basketball.
So many kids lining up with like their home team stuff for us to sign, and that's like the biggest compliment to us ever. People were so into our team, like from little kids to like grandparents. They were locked in no matter what.
And you're gonna sign little kids' autographs and they're gonna look up to you, and I mean it just shows that you always have to be a great role model, whether you're on the court or off the court, because there's always people watching.
The way we play was just so much fun. We had so much joy, so much passion, so much love for each other, and I think that everyone could see that, even through a television screen, so everyone wanted to witness it, and there's no better feeling than to be able to do that, so.
That's good, that's perfect. And share it with everybody.
Caitlin Clark, can I have your shoelaces? And she goes over to the kid and takes off her shoes and gives him her shoes. Kids crying, you know.
Just a little girl that, you know, looked like she was happy to be at the game. So I think she was pretty shocked. I don't think she was really expecting me to give her shoes. She was like, for me? I'm like, yeah, for you. So hopefully I gave her a good present for the holiday season and made her happy. And I'm glad I can put a smile on somebody else's face, and that's what this season's all about. And I hope she enjoys them and keeps them, and reminds her of, you know, that she can always dream to be one of us. And, you know, that's more important than winning a basketball game at the end of the day.
Every one of our women understand that, and every one of our women enjoy being in that role, and that they can be role models, and that they can help the next generation of women's basketball players. So to me, that's really special. You know, that's more than the game. That's more than how many points you scored. When you can be a role model for kids and adults, actually, and boys as well as girls. That didn't matter. So that's what the pride of being a coach really comes into play. People want to see one of the greatest players of our generation play the game. And they didn't care if they were cheering for the visiting team or not. They were there to see greatness, and they got to see it.
If you were an opposing coach game planning to stop Caitlin Clark, what would you do?
Pray.
She scores like Diana Taurasi, but she has vision and delivery like Sue Bird. So it's like if you combine those two together, that's like Caitlin Clark right now.
Sonano head to Clark. She'll fire from 25.
Yes! What?
Yeah, we know that look.
Today it's 40 points and a triple-double. It is remarkable. She is the one every defense is keying on, and yet she can still put up a performance like this.
I tweeted the other day, she might be the best basketball player, period, right now. She's incredible.
She's advanced, man. She could do a lot out there. She's making the right plays. She can draw so much attention, and she's just baiting the defense in. I'll still make a cross-court pass. Just like, that's just muscle memory. Y'all work on this every day.
Tonight, we've got a top 10 matchup for you. Number 6 Iowa at 17-4, 9-1 in the conference. Host the Maryland Terrapins, number 8 in the nation, 18-4, 9-2 in the conference.
You know, I felt like we jumped on Maryland early, and we had a rocking crowd, and the efficiency of which Monica and Caitlin were operating, but that start was so huge. And I think that, they were tasting that confidence, and everything was going pretty well for us offensively early.
Whatever it takes, Hawks, whatever it takes. But you guys, I believe in you. I believe in us. This is a team that's going to go one another day. Let's go. It's our circle, Hawks. It's our circle, our house. Together, 1, 2, 3, together!
The ball taken away by Clark. Down court pass to Stalky. Layup. 2 more. Timeout Maryland. Now gets it into the paint all the way to the basket. Layup good. And she's just getting better every single time out.
That was a really good game for us. I remember we came out hot to start the game. I think we got up 20 points maybe in just the first quarter.
Warnock down court, drives in, right-handed layup, count it, and she's fouled.
Clark connects, plus the foul. Box office.
Inside, Stalky goes up and finishes in traffic, and a chance for a three-point play.
But really, Clark is reading this so well. She's playing Maryland like a fiddle right now. She's like, I know what you're going to do, and I'm going to have something to combat it each time.
Clark surveying, firing, and hitting. Yeah, we know that look. 29 for Clark, her 6'3".
This is a good win for the Hawkeyes, a top 10 victory.
A great win. 96-82.
Top 10 victory for the Hawks.
Behind Caitlin Clark's 42.
That was a tough game. It was a physical game. You kept your composure out there. That's not always easy. Great job. I'm really, really proud of you. But I'm so proud of you, we still have practice tomorrow.
Yay!
All right, let's go, Hawks. Hey, breathing, because we have the tightest circle of the Big Ten. Good job.
Oh, wow. Great job.
Together, 1, 2, 3. Together.
They've always kind of set the bar. So beating them, but doing it at home in that type of environment, I think that was another, great moment. But we did have to end up going there.
Championship week in the Big Ten. The Iowa Hawkeyes still have an opportunity to tie Indiana for the top spot in the Big Ten Conference, but knew it wouldn't be easy tonight at Maryland before the home game against Indiana.
We didn't play very well at Maryland, and I think that was my fault because we thought they might play a triangle in 2. I didn't have them prepared enough for the triangle in 2. I think that as the leader, you need to be out there in front when things don't go right. You need to be out there and take full responsibility.
It was just like, what just happened? Because you kind of thought you were beyond that. But you could get a sense that that was not going to happen again.
Tough one for the Hawks here in Maryland, a very difficult place to play. But that second quarter where Maryland outscored Iowa.
Unfortunately, we had to learn from a loss there, and I think it was the best thing that could have happened for us. We kept calling it March Medicine.
That was the point where that motivated us to work even harder, to bring it even harder every game.
It was kind of heartbreaking, but you know, we figured out what it would take mentally to win games like that.
You know, we're glad this happened now because we have however many games still to play, but also if that's what people think the blueprint is for beating the Iowa Hawkeyes, well, now we know what it is and we have time to work on it and figure out things that are gonna work against a junk defense.
This team was so mature that when that happened, they also could look inside themselves and understand maybe I didn't play the best I could either. So all of us collectively went to work and we were prepared the next time for it.
There is history here in old Eastern Iowa. Here in the heartland, they have but one decree: to cheer until you hear the final gun, until the game is won. This is College Game Day from Iowa City.
Unbelievable. College Game Day will forever, in my mind, go down as one of my just favorite memories. To hit the tunnel and to see all those people, oh my gosh. Just like a lump in your throat, because you're like, this is us.
All the hosts of College Game Day were like, this is incredible. We haven't had this anywhere else. And I think it just shows the support of women's basketball here at the University of Iowa and how amazing it is.
And then there's the emotional tug of Harper Strive, somebody that has been a part of our program for years. I think about 6 years now. You know, we adopted Harper, we signed her to a letter of intent. She had us a locker. I don't think there's too many dry eyes when Harper comes out and is on national TV and talking about her journey and her affiliation with Iowa women's basketball.
Quite a buzz around Iowa City for today's regular season finale. The Iowa Hawkeyes and the Indiana Hoosiers. Plenty of storylines. Of course, ESPN Game Day was here this morning. A terrific crowd turned out for that. And that just kind of leads into this sold-out crowd getting ready for Iowa and Indiana.
Whatever it takes, you guys. We got 2 seniors here. Whatever it takes. But again, you guys, this place loves you. You don't have to be anything but yourself. Ever, 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 ever. You guys are good enough. You're good enough. You're good enough to be Indiana. You're good enough to be anybody in the United States. If you just be you. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Together. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
I don't know if I've ever felt the adrenaline change or the emotion, the excitement change as much in that game.
Clark for 3, left wing, Hawks lead at 3-2.
That's the way to start.
Get the crowd into it early. Makes a move, goes up strong off the window with the left hand. That's the start you wanted.
Gotta love that.
Clark in transition, will kick it. Martin hits it from three-point land. What a start for Iowa against the number 2 team in the country. McKenna Warnock absolutely bottoms out a 3.
And back and forth and back and forth. The energy was just at an all-time high.
Now to Clark across the timeline. Drops it off for Kate Martin on the baseline.
Oh, Kate Martin!
Off the window.
Did you see that adjustment in the air?
A double clutch. And picked off by Clark down court. Marshall. Her first hoop.
Gabby Marshall just knew to run.
Clark coming off a screen, top of the key, 3, swish.
Oh, there she is. Her fingertips, they've got to be burned up. She's going to have scabs on the end of them because of the fire coming out of her.
And that just bounces off, that drops it in, and she'll go to the line. And look at the emotion from the Player of the Year candidate.
Clark gets into the paint, kicks it right side, Warnock for 3, swishes this one.
Beautiful job setting up perfectly for Clark to kick it out to her, too.
Caitlin across the timeline, gets the ball in the corner. Kate Martin, 3.
Money Martin.
Molly Davis, cross-court pass to Gabby Marshall, tees up a 3, and drills it. Now Clark inside Sonato, the catch and the finish, and she's fouled.
Great move. I loved it, loved it.
Holmes Holmes with 2 seconds, spinning inside, and a whistle on the play. With .8 to go.
We asked them to go back to the monitor and they put a little time on there. I think it was 1.4 seconds that was left in that game, which we knew was enough to get a shot off. Coach Stamp, Abby Stamp, it's her responsibility to go through those last seconds with the players. I don't have my glasses on, I can't even see the diagram, so.
It was calm. You know, Kate Martin always has some good things, always, to say.
I keep getting the chills, man. The huddle before that, right before we inbounded the ball, like I've never been a part of something like that in my life. Like we're all kind of holding hands there and we're like, kept saying, don't have any doubt in your mind, no doubt in our minds.
The look in people's eyes, there was no doubt, there was no fear.
It was seriously like, we were like moved by something, like it was a feeling like we could literally feel that we were gonna win this game.
It was just a second and a half and it was like, our only option is to score. Like everybody was set on the fact that we're doing this, we are scoring.
And when Caitlin got her shot, Caitlin was Caitlin.
Who else are you gonna ask to take that shot but the greatest player in women's basketball?
With Caitlin Clark, all things are possible. Even with 1.5 seconds to play. Sold out crowd on the edge of their seat here today. Keep your eye on number 22. Martin looking. Here's Clark. She fires and goes! She hit it! Wow!
It felt a little flat out of my hand, but it was just going right towards the rim. And then it rims in, kind of hits the rim a bunch. Wasn't a perfect swish, but I was just like, oh my gosh, and I start running around. I mean, that's the kind of shot you dream of in the front yard.
All things are possible when Caitlin Clark has the basketball.
She nails it. The place erupts. And I can't believe that she's really done the unthinkable in making that shot.
Honestly, I think we were all just chasing Caitlin. I think she just literally started sprinting, and so, I mean, it happens in practice a lot. I think we all kind of knew what to expect once it went in.
Clark comes off the screen, she's got a look, fires it, got it! Count it! 86-85, somehow, someway, the Hawks did it.
This is amazing.
Iowa 86, Indiana 85 at the buzzer. Holy smokes. Well, I've always thought there are different levels of greatness. Just saw one here.
Bad woman! You are a bad woman!
When that leaves your fingertips, what's going through your head?
You know, honestly, I thought it was money. So when I saw it go through the rim, I was excited. But, you know, when I'm in here working by myself, those are the situations you put yourself in. And to be able to do it for this team on senior day against the #2 team in the country, you know, it meant a lot. So it's for our seniors more than anything.
This team is amazing, and honestly, you know, I feel like this is part of our growth. You know, being able to get game day, being able to have sold out crowds. I mean, people talking about women's basketball around this state and people being excited about women's basketball around this state. It's what you dream about, right? It's what you want to have happen when you first get to a place as you dream about.
I think it just elevated what everybody thought about the game of basketball and women's basketball and how exciting this game is, how fun it is, how well played it is. And I think that's what grew our game.
And certainly Caitlin doing Caitlin things, you know, with an exclamation point with that, the ending of that game.
Quarterfinal action in the Big Ten Women's Basketball Tournament. The Iowa Hawkeyes, the #2 seed, face off against the Purdue Boilermakers.
I just think that first one, the nerves are a little bit tense. I think it's one of the hardest wins. You don't have your momentum yet. You got a target on your back, obviously.
You guys, you know, I smelled out there when I saw Purdue, I smelled fear. I smelled fear out there. Fear in the Iowa Hawks.
And hopefully a long run here in the Twin Cities this weekend. Martin drops it inside Sonano. She spins, goes up to the left hand, and completes the shot against a double team.
Secret weapon.
Now to Gabby Marshall. She'll tee up a three and knock it down from the left wing.
Gabby!
11 for Gabby Marshall.
You get the double bye. You're really happy about the double bye, but the team you're going to play in the first round has already played on that court, played with the ball, played on those hoops.
Left side, Kate Martin for 3.
Martin, Money Martin.
Clark the rebound, brings it across the timeline against Dallas. She'll fire a three-pointer, top of the key, drills it.
Clark, how do you like that?
Can't stay down for 4 quarters, can you? 69-58. The Hawkeyes win it, outscoring Purdue in the fourth quarter, 24-18.
We found a way to win, and that's what you got to do in March. Survive and advance here. Yeah.
We faced adversity, we beat it. We're going to face even more adversity to come. The quicker we can respond from it, the highs and lows, the better we're going to do. Yeah.
Welcome to semifinal Saturday from the Target Center in Minneapolis as we get ready for Iowa and Maryland.
This is what sports is all about. Gabby Marshall starts the season not shooting the ball as well as she's capable of. Still working hard on defense. Still being a great teammate.
I've never been in that big of a slump that long, shooting-wise, and that's kind of my identity out there is being a shooter.
You know, I had a few conversations with her just, you know, reminding her of who she is, you know, and that also, yeah, she's a great three-point shooter, but that's not all she brings to the table. Like, she's a great defender, she's a great teammate, she hypes up her team, you know.
But she never hung her head, never doubted herself, never gave up on the team because things weren't going her way. She just continued to get in the gym, work harder.
It came to the point where I couldn't feel sorry for myself anymore. I had to do something about it.
And without Gabby Marshall playing, you know, shooting the three ball so well, you know, we're not in that championship game.
Let's get to them because we are prepared for this now. We are ready. We weren't the last time, and that was my fault. We are now. We are now. All right? You guys, whatever it takes to win this game, it doesn't matter. Carver North loves you. Hey, you guys deserve this. You have worked hard. You've worked together, you've worked smart, and you are ready to go win this game against Maryland, all right? It's the rubber game, and this is Carver North. We got this. Together, 1, 2, 3, together! Let's go, Hawks!
Gabby Marshall for 3 left wing, got it. Shooting it confidently, that's the key thing. 3 left wing, swishes it.
Marshall!
That's 14 threes in the last 5 games.
I feel like when you see 2 go down early, you have all the confidence in the world to keep shooting the entire game.
Now right side, Marshall, 3, got it!
Oh my gosh!
Gabby Marshall!
The roof is going to come off this building.
Timeout, Maryland.
Gabby Marshall making it go down as well. Her 4th 3.
Clark with the basketball. Angles left side. Kicks it into the corner. Gabby Marshall for 3.
Oh, Marshall!
I've never seen the girl play so good. To see her kind of have that breakthrough and that breakout, I just remember her making a 3 and kind of running back and like doing a little twirl, having her tongue out.
Logo 3.
Oh,
rebound, Warnock. Back out to Marshall. 3. Got it!
Holy cow! Gabby Marshall!
Ball game. Let's head to the championship.
That was an amazing game, and Iowa, I mean, they earned it.
That's what athletics is all about. You face failure, you face it, you understand it, you acknowledge it, you get back in the gym, you work at it, you work at it, you work at it, you overcome it. And that's what Gabby Marshall did, and that's a great lesson to anybody in life that's, you know, really striving to overcome some adversity. She was the epitome of it this year for us.
Gabby Marshall!
We came out with just a mission, and it was beautiful to watch. It was offensively, we were as good as it got.
And we welcome you to Championship Sunday at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis as we present the Big Ten Women's Basketball Championship game as the Iowa Hawkeyes get set to face the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Whatever it takes, just us. It's just us, all right? 1-0, but you guys, we're so close to that finish line. We are so close to that finish line, all right? We've dreamed about it. You know it's here. You've seen it. Let's go take it. Your word! Let's go!
and everything was just clicking for us. And I think we took Ohio State out of that game in the first 5, 6, 7 minutes of the game. It was the Hawks all the way.
Gets it ahead to Clark across the timeline. Gets it into the corner. Gabby Marshall for three. Stays.
Oh, she's still hot.
Sydney faltered, and she makes a move down the left side all the way to the rim.
That was a fast first step. Got right past Mikesel on the left-hand side.
On the left wing, she'll fire a deep three-pointer.
And why not? You give her a foot.
One of our best games of the year, easily. The way we shared the ball, the way we shot the ball, the way everybody contributed, but also the way we defended.
Whips a pass inside. Hannah Stalkey there for the layup. His deep three, Clark, right wing.
Shut it. What?
You think Caitlin Clark's ready for this one? Now goes to the free throw line. Paint, shot, left hand, good. One of the most improved players on the team.
Yeah. When you're playing 3 games, you know, back to back to back, that's hard to do. It's hard to do physically, hard to do mentally. And Sid had been there for us all year, but boy, she was able to beat people off the bounce against Ohio State, rebound for us. She just brought an energy that you needed to have when everybody else is tired. And she did such a good job with that.
No good. Rebound to Clark, pushes it ahead to Davis. The
Oh
catch,
my
and
God!
the shot. How did she get that to go?
How did she catch it?
To the corner to Gabby Marshall for 3. And this place is definite.
This is amazing.
A wide open Kate Martin who drills the 3 right in front of the Iowa bench.
Bunny Martin.
Lob pass again, Sonano, the catch, an easy 2 off the window.
I think it honestly was our transition. I think we were playing at a speed that they just truly could not keep up with. I felt like a lot of our layups were like wide open in transition layups. And I think we just kind of took the air out of them early.
The hustle continues. That is her 10th rebound, another triple-double for Caitlin Clark.
It was the championship game, and so I think people expect it to be a lot closer than it was, so it gave us a lot of confidence heading into the postseason, but it also knew that there was things that we had to work on still. So we let it give us confidence, but not over cockiness.
And there it is, a championship Sunday afternoon at the Target Center, better known as Carver North.
Carver North, man, it was roaring today.
For the 2nd straight year, the Iowa Hawkeyes win the Big Ten Championship. And they do it in record fashion. Most points, largest margin of victory. And Caitlin hangs another triple-double.
I feel really lucky. I feel blessed. That sounds cliche, but I don't know, it's just the best group of people ever. I'm so happy. Couldn't ask for anything more.
You know, it's always a little bit lopsided. You're going against somebody that, you know, probably got an automatic bid from a lower conference.
And now their run to the Final Four and beyond begins today in the first round of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship. Down court pass to Clark, drives in. Nobody stops her. Right-handed layup off the windows. Now Warnock, wide open 3 left wing.
Leave her open. She's going to shoot it and probably going to make it.
Ahead to Clark, all the way to the rim. Floater is good with the right hand.
She makes it look so easy.
Now Sonano gets the ball racing to the rim. Left-handed layup off the window.
It's almost too easy between the 2 of them right now.
And that's going to do it. Hawks win 95-43. Complete domination in round 1 on to Sunday.
I thought they challenged us, they played us well, they were physical, they were aggressive, but we wanted to come out and be really sharp because we knew we were going to need that going forward right into the next game.
Obviously, you know, this is a big game for us. You know, Sweet 16 on the line, how much fun is that? Put both hands out right now, okay? Just put both hands out in front of you. And you're by yourself, right? You don't have any safety net, you don't have anybody helping you, you're by yourself. But now, I want you to take the person's hand to the right and to the left of you. Okay? Now, don't you feel better? Don't you feel more comfortable that you have the person on the right and the person on the left with you?
We've got this safety net, you guys, and we have to use it, all right? We're so much stronger together when we're using the person on the right and person on the left than when we are by ourselves. When we're by ourselves, it doesn't work, okay? You don't get to the Sweet 16 by yourself. You get to the Sweet 16 because we trust the person on the right and the person on the left. We're stronger together, much stronger together, all right?
Welcome to round 2 of the NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament from Iowa City, Iowa. It is the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Georgia Lady Bulldogs.
But then we start talking about destiny. Katie Abrahamson was the coach at UCF, and she had the system at UCF, a very good team. And we played them in Carver, and so we kind of knew how to beat that zone a little bit because of our preparation the year before.
Gets it to Clark across the timeline. Caitlin, a logo 3.
Oh, Lee Cow. Clark, that is just wild.
Look at the pass inside, Sonato, and one. Clark with a spectacular pass.
Hawks by 7. Warnock 3, left wing, got it.
Another one will drop from way downtown. Iowa can't miss out there.
Into the hands of Clark across the timeline. Into the corner, Gabby Marshall for 3, got it. Hawks go up by 4. And asking for the crowd to get into it, and they have.
Iowa moves on to the Sweet 16. They are headed for the Emerald City in Seattle. 74-66.
I didn't want to cut down a net because that wasn't the final goal. We wanted to get to a Final Four.
They were like, no, we don't want to cut down that net.
We're not quite there yet, I think was kind of the mentality we all had.
That was just like, all right, it was another game. Let's move on. We're ready for the next challenge.
Yeah, it's not an easy journey getting to the Final Four. I mean, here we had to beat SEC. Now we have to beat the Pac-12.
And welcome inside the Climate Pledge Arena, downtown Seattle, Washington, Sweet 16 basketball as the Iowa Hawkeyes get set to take on the Buffaloes of Colorado University.
We were on a mission, and we were all locked in.
Gets the ball to Molly Davis, free throw line extended right, makes a move into the paint, kicks it out to Marshall, swings it to Martin for 3, got it. And gets a Sonato screen. Step back three-pointer left to the top of the key, rolls it home.
Again, Caitlin Clark is playing at a whole different level right now, and America is watching.
Ma'am, I don't care where she is in the building. She can't have that much space.
There's a bounce pass to a driving McKenna Warnock.
Holy
Up and under move.
Holy
How
moly.
did she get that to go?
I don't know, but she did.
Ahead to Clark into the front court. Bounce pass inside McKenna Warnock off the window. 2 for McKenna Warnock, and timeout Colorado.
We had the speed and just like the overall skill level that kind of set us apart. So I don't think many teams can keep up with us in the way we play.
Knocked away by Sita Fulter. Ahead to Gabby Marshall. Open lane. Right-handed layup. Good.
Great push. I love it. She took it and she ran, and then everybody read it.
The Hawks are on to the Elite 8 on Sunday. 87-77.
Monica is hilarious because we go into the locker room at halftime and like it's kind of like dead silent. We talk a little bit about things we should improve or what's working well, and we're just sitting there and Monica's like, guys, like, have you ever heard the statistic, like, teams that are down by 1 at halftime, like, 95% of the time, they always win? And everybody just, like, dies laughing, and I think that just kind of speaks to what Monica brought to this team is just, like, a goofy personality, made everybody light, which I guess her stat was proven right because we go on and win, you know, end up advancing to the Elite 8, which was exactly where we wanted to be, and having our shot to go to the Final Four.
She called me up in my hotel room about 7 o'clock and said, you know, my dad passed away, and Coach Fitz and I, and you know, we've coached together for 30 years. We just went to Coach Jensen's room and we just sat with her. And we cried with her and we hugged her, and we didn't even talk about basketball. I mean, here it is, one of our biggest days of in our careers, you know, trying to get to the Final Four, and we didn't even talk about basketball. We just wanted to be there for her.
I'm really good about this.
You know, all we could do, we just gave her a huge group hug, and we just told her we were there for her and that we were going to get this win for her.
So I told him, and all of a sudden it was like Caitlin and Kate just like start this huge group hug. And I think that's when I kind of broke down with them. But it was just this, you know, we got you.
When you have a person that in your circle going through something like that, it becomes bigger than basketball.
Our team just grew stronger. If it's possible to grow together more, it happened. And they were there for her. They made sure she knew that. I believe with all my heart that they wanted to win that game, not only for themselves, but for Coach Jensen.
Welcome back to Climate Pledge Arena, downtown Seattle, Washington, as we get set for Elite 8 action, Iowa and the Louisville Cardinals.
We all talked about it. When going into that game, we knew like Final Four was on the line, and we all talked about it with each other, like how you dream about this when you're a little kid.
Oh, what a find. Clark to Warnock, and a nice response from Iowa after the early right hook from Louisville.
We were down 8-0, and Coach Bluder calls a timeout, and we all come into the huddle, and right after that timeout, everything changed for us. From that point, we dominated the game.
And oh my! Caitlin Clark, a showstopper.
Whips a pass cross court to Kate Martin for three. Got it.
There's that glue.
Warnock, she'll fire another three. So-ish.
Warnock forcing the timeout from Louisville.
Now Russell falls down. Hawks dig it up. Down court pass. Two for Gabby Marshall.
When you're playing to go to the Final Four and you win by double digits, you're playing at a different level. And Caitlin Clark, a triple-double against the best teams in America.
For the first time since 1993, Iowa is headed to the Final Four.
The Hawks head to Dallas for the Final Four for the first time since 1993. Lisa Bluder's first trip to the Final Four, 97-83. The Hawks over the Cardinals.
When I came here, I said I wanted to take this program to the Final Four, and all you got to do is dream, and all you got to do is believe and work your butt off to get there, and that's what I did, and that's what these girls did, and that's what our coaches did, and we're going to Dallas, baby. This is my dream since I was a kid, man. Final freaking Four!
It's kind of the way we viewed it, is like we wanted to do this for her and her family and help her, you know, reach a goal that she's always dreamed of and that we've always also dreamed of.
Just knowing that we could give her a positive to go with the huge negative that happened to her at that time is something that I'll never take for granted, for sure. And it was just like her dad was there. Her dad was part of the reason that we were able to win that game. So yeah, giving her some good to go along with the bad was big for us.
Believe with all my heart that they wanted to win that game, not only for themselves, but for Coach Jensen. And after the game, when people were hugging her, no doubt in my mind.
But you know how you put up the bracket, so right away. So Caitlin had the game, right? And she comes over and the team's like, Coach J, Coach J. That's the Final Four that Caitlin's predicted. You know, she said, like, why did you come to Iowa way back as a freshman that want to lead them there? That just shows you the selfless nature. And then we did it together and we slapped it up there. And so I'm an old has-been that never had a shot at any type of greatness, but, you know, gotta, you know, have a part of that. That was just a really neat gesture.
And we get back to the locker room and they had already put up all this like paper and everything so we could spray water everywhere. So I remember we got Coach J and Coach Bluder in there just spraying water everywhere. We got Coach D, our strength coach's little baby in there. We're like spraying him with water. He's just getting decked in the face. But no, it was awesome. I mean, I just wanted to live in that moment forever. And
for the three of us, gratitude that we were able to experience this together. They're my best friends. And you be able to experience something like that with your best friends, that makes it even more special.
Why am I so emotional about that, huh? And then I think we were just so grateful because we truly are like sisters. We're best friends. And to finally have that moment was really, really so fun. Stuff doesn't happen like that. People don't stick together for that long, or you don't get the opportunity to work with your best friends and hopefully positively shape lives. And then finally get to do what you really set a goal to do.
You know, when you dream and work really hard, a lot of really cool things can happen.
Jenny Fitzgerald is a master in my mind at scouts. So when we met about the game plan for South Carolina, I had great confidence in it because of her preparation.
I would definitely say there was a different vibe at that practice where everybody was locked in and we had bought in. We believed everything the coaches were saying, and we trusted them with everything they were saying, everything they were giving us, and we just knew that if we wanted to win, we were just gonna have to give our 100% in whatever they were telling us to do. And that's exactly what we did.
When you can take that confidence into your team, into that scouting report, and when you're talking to them and you can see them like go from thinking, oh shoot, we gotta play South Carolina, to, hey yeah, we can beat South Carolina. That's a cool feeling. All right, go. All right, let's take this court over. We start every practice, we end every practice in a circle, and that's symbolic to me of our circle of trust, our family circle, that nobody's more important, nobody's less important in a circle. There's no head of the table, foot of the table. Everybody's important in a circle. As you come through, you know, the thing about Dr. Grant is she did more for women's basketball and girls basketball than anybody I know until now, because I think you guys have surpassed it.
We think the hallmark of any, you know, great program, but certainly every team, is everybody has to feel valued.
Why not us? And I'll tell you why not. Because we have the best player in America on our basketball team. Because we have Gabby Marshall, who is a sniper, been shooting over 50% from three-point range in the tournament play, and will lock anybody down defensively. Thank God.
But we're gonna out-team people, and that's kind of what our culture has always been built on, is, you know, we're gonna be a really close-knit, tight team with great culture, and that's what Coach Bluter's been able to build here. And
Kate Martin, the glue, who's gonna knock down some threes and rebound her ass off tonight.
Gonna do that.
We got McKenna Warnock, who just does it all for us.
And it gets us mentally locked in and mentally focused for what's upcoming. And
we got Monica. Monica has only led the country in field goal percentage shooting the last 2 years. The last 2 years, you are one of the very best posts in America. We got Addie, who's going to come in and bring a monster attitude. Hannah's going to rebound the frickin' ball like you never believe, and going to run the floor.
And I think a big reason that she's able to do that is she makes everyone feel so confident in themselves, and everyone feel important, even if they have, you know, no matter their role, if it's big or it's small.
We have the best bench in America. We have the best bench. We do. Our bench is the most enthusiastic, the most caring, the most loving of anybody here, and that's why we're going to win.
The coaches have their actions match their words. So like, we knew the circle, they could put us in a circle but not treat us all the same, and like we all have the same value on this team, but they do.
We're going to out-team them tonight because we got what it takes in our circle. Everything we need is in this circle. All right? Let's go have fun tonight. Let's make some history. We have 40 minutes to play South Carolina with the rest of our lives to have memories of it. Let's go.
And we saw there was one path forward, and that was the game plan that we came up with.
We really believed we could do it. We really did.
Welcome inside the American Airlines Center in downtown Dallas, as the Hawkeyes and the Gamecocks will play the second of tonight's doubleheader.
Let's enjoy today tonight. Just be us. Have fun with it. Nothing changes for us. I don't know. I'm really excited for this opportunity. And just believe in yourselves. Have no doubt at all. Have no doubt. We don't have time for that. We know we believe in everyone to the left and to our right. So let's just go out there and have fun. Be us. Let's go, Hawks. Do it. Together. 1, 2, 3. Together! Let's go, Hawks.
When you go into a game where they're bigger, more athletic, and you're already predicted to lose, that's more motivation than you ever need to go in there and play your heart out and leave it all on the floor.
We're ready to roll! Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Hey, we haven't played since
last Sunday. We are ready to go. We got more rest than they have. We are ready to go, and our circle is tighter, all right? Together, 1, 2, 3, together! Let's go!
Sonano and Saxton to jump it up, and we are underway as Clark the get-ahead right in the lap of Warnock for 2.
Between her legs, now comes to the right side. Boston comes out on her. Clark goes right to the glass and lays it up and in. 8-2 Iowa.
I don't think anybody in that gym believed the Iowa Hawkeyes were going to win, except for the women in that locker room, the people on that bench.
Clark will fire and hit from 3.
Sonano goes to work off the window. Got it.
Yes. Monica Sonano. She is like, I am in beast mode.
Rebound did Cardoso, but she threw it away to Gabby Marshall. Marshall, left side, Martin, 3.
Yes. Kate frickin' Martin.
Clark across the timeline, down on the right wing, now gets into the paint, goes up, reverse layup, got it to go.
She would do that. She would get that.
A little extra.
Dumps it inside. O'Grady lays it in. Gorgeous set there for Iowa. And a good start to the third for the Hawkeyes.
You could feel it on the floor. You could feel the confidence growing in our team.
Clark has the mismatch. Oh, Caitlin Clark. Now you see her, now you don't.
Carolina takes a 1-point lead. Here's Clark for 3, left wing, swishes it.
Not so fast, she said.
Clark, step back 3 is in and out. Rebound to McKenna Warnock, who pulls it back out.
That's a huge work. 15 seconds.
Huge offensive rebound for Iowa on a night when South Carolina has dominated the offensive glass.
And I don't know, I just went for it. It was right there, and basically once I got it, I was like, all right, give it to Caitlin. So that's what I did. And then when she was going to the free throw line, I was like, wow, you know, this game's over.
Boston gets it, 3-pointer, rimming no. Battle for the rebound, and it is touched last by South Carolina, out of bounds. Iowa basketball with 2.9 left to go. 77-73.
Martin gets it into Clark. Clark races away, and the mythical mastery of Caitlin Clark continues. Iowa has conquered South Carolina. The Hawkeyes are headed to the national championship game.
The Hawks with history.
I can't.
Off to the title game, 77-73 to face LSU.
You know, all we do is believe in one another, and we love each other to death. And that's what a true team is. You know, if you want an example of a team, that's what this is. Coach Luter knows how to create a team. She knows how to create a culture where everybody's valued, and I'm just lucky enough to be a part of it. You know, I love these girls to death.
The women in that circle, they believed, and we prepared all week as if we were going to win this game.
We're going to the national championship! We believe! It's our destiny, you guys! It is absolutely our destiny! But and you guys, the best team, the best circle got it there, ladies. Do it! I got a friend of mine, Nancy.
Nancy, go.
Caitlin happened to win her award this year. Nancy.
Oh my God!
I've been around this game forever. There's something very different and very special about this team. I ain't never seen anything like you. Never. I played against Hall of Famers, Olympian. I'm just, no bullshit, okay? I can say that?
Yeah, you can say anything you want.
I've never seen anything. You're different. You're different. And it's a pleasure. The history of the game thanks you for your hard work, your dedication, what you did tonight. You got to believe in you. It's not about all the outside chatter. It's only about you. And I feel like I got 2 years in with you. You allowed me to be a part of something special. So thank you, because I love this game with all my heart and soul. Awesome. And I'm just really proud of you.
We're playing for a national championship Sunday. Let's go. Go Hawks. I love you guys. See you Sunday.
The coaches were like, we're gonna walk in through the main entrance because there's gonna be fans greeting us. And I was thinking, all right, maybe there's 20, 30. When we pulled up, you could hear the fans from down the street. Like, it was insane.
I couldn't even form a thought at that point. Like, when we pulled up the bus, you're walking out into a sea, like quite literally a sea of gold.
We're on the bus and we're all just kind of looking at each other like mouths to the floor, like, oh my gosh, like, what is this? This is all for us? Like, for women's basketball, it was just all black and gold out there.
That would go down as one of the coolest things I've ever gotten to be a part of, and you know, all the Hawk fans that traveled there, whether they had a ticket or not to get in the game.
That's when I understood that it was a thing. It was so special to so many. And when we walked in the door, Lisa and I had tears in our eyes when we got through, and we just stopped because we were a little bit ahead, and we just looked at each other and we were like, wow, you know. I mean, we're speechless.
And we welcome you to American Airlines Center in downtown Dallas, Texas for a championship Sunday afternoon as the Iowa Hawkeyes at 31-6, winners of 9 in a row, get set to face the LSU Tigers out of the SEC at 33-2.
The championship game set records. Average 9.7 million people watched it. I've heard that it reached over 12 million at some points during the game. You realized that was something special, that game moved women's basketball up in everybody's view, even though we lost, and even though we didn't play our best game, and even though it was kind of a lopsided win, people still loved the game, and they loved the way it was being played.
It just, like, I wouldn't trade it for the world, truly. Like, I know we didn't come out on top at the end of that game, but it truly felt like we did something even more special with kind of the way we conducted ourselves there towards the end. I think we sent out a pretty good message of who we are and what our team is.
I just want to congratulate LSU. I thought they played a phenomenal game. They shot the ball really, really well today. I'm just so proud of my team. I'm so proud of the women they are. I'm so proud of what they stand for. The Iowa fans that came here in droves. I'm so thankful for them. I'm thankful that I get to coach at a university like the University of Iowa.
But I don't think it's going to set in for me for quite some time. I want my legacy to be the impact that I can have on young kids and the people in the state of Iowa. And I hope I brought them a lot of joy this season. I hope this team brought them a lot of joy. I understand we came up 1 win short, but I think we have a lot to be proud of and a lot to celebrate. And I was just that young girl, so all you have to do is dream, and you can be in moments like this.
Guys, I just want you to be proud of what you did, because what you did was amazing. It was amazing. It hurts because it mattered. It hurts because you put your heart and your soul into it. That's why it hurts. You guys are all such amazing basketball players and amazing people. You guys are going to go so far in your life. It's amazing what you're going to do. Just never forget, you guys played in the national championship game. Are you kidding? People don't get this opportunity. They don't get to do this, what we've done. They don't get to do this right, what we've done. Nobody gets to do that. Don't remember that. Remember what we did all year. McKenna and Monica, I can't imagine going to the locker room without you two. Celebrate what we did, man. Celebrate what we did, okay? Celebrate what we did. Bring it in.
Team. 1, 2, 3. Team.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We grew the game of women's sports, and every one of our women on our team is going to go down in history as feeling like they were a part of taking women's basketball to a whole different level than it had ever been.
We bring joy to people, and we've brought joy to this community, this state. We've brought people together, and I think that's just also where it becomes more than basketball.
We changed so many people's hearts, so many people's lives. I know people who've never watched basketball before who tuned into our games, and they just loved it.
I think also just being able to have so much passion for the game. I think so many people have come up to me recently and been like, I never watched women's sports before this year, and now I'm hooked.
I hope that a lot of great kids in the future, when they are like accrediting to who they watched growing up, they can say our team, and just say how it kind of helped shape them and help them grow a passion for the game as much as anything else. Like, I want kids to look at basketball and see us playing it and be like, oh, that's cool to do. Like, I want to go out there and I want to do that. It's just as cool as when the boys do it. You can have just as much fun and be just as physical at it.
The legacy is just definitely growing the game. Like, that's what we did this year. We had 11 million people tune into the national championship game. We had 3 sellouts at the end of the season. Now this upcoming season, we're gonna have sellouts, you know, pretty much the entire year. They had to put ticket sales on hold. Like, I mean, that's a testament to Caitlin and what she's been able to do with her platform and just her ability and everything. It's a testament to Coach Bluter and what she's created at this university over the past 23 years. It's a testament to every single player on this team and what they bring. It's not just about our play, but it's about the people who we are, and just being good role models, and just, you know, making a lot of people basketball fans, women's basketball fans, and I think we've done that throughout the entire country, and I think that's what the legacy has been.
I know you said you want to inspire young boys and girls, but you inspire everyone, no matter their age, no matter male, female. You really inspire them and brought them so much joy throughout this entire season and in our entire run. And to me, that means more than any trophy I could hoist, any award I could win. I know at the end of the day, the banner that they're going to put up in Carver that says Big Ten tournament champions, national runner-up, nobody's really going to look up there in 20 years and really see that. It's going to be probably hidden kind of away in the back and collect a lot of dust, and our rings are probably going to get put in the closet and, you know, not seen too much anymore, or all the, you know, individual awards that I won, they'll already in storage with my parents. You know, those aren't something that you're going to really celebrate and love too much. It's the friendships, it's the people you met along the journey, it's the memories you made, whether it was in the locker room behind closed doors or whether it was the amount of fun you had on the court playing with your teammates, but also the impact that you had on people, whether they were in our state or around the country. That's what's, you know, going to change the game of women's basketball, women's sports, and really take it to a whole nother level. And I think you're going to have to ask me this seriously when I'm grown up and have my own kids, because I think we're going to still see the impact that this team had in 20 to 25 years.
The legacy of this team is that we played the game, we grew the game, we played it the way it should be. We represented the university and the state of Iowa in a way that all Iowans should be proud of. It wasn't lost on us that it's easy to win. We would have loved to have won. We would have loved to have walked away to be the national champions. Who wouldn't? We would love to have had that experience. But I told my team that it's really hard to be number 2, and they taught America how to be number 2 better than anybody could possibly do. We taught America how to be graceful in defeat, how to represent and still hold your head high in defeat, and not make excuses in defeat. And I think those are huge lessons that we were able to teach America through the game of basketball. And I hope that this team knows that they were a lesson to America. And that's pretty neat.